do Shannon's in the House on Fridays at 7 o'clock. But tomorrow, Tuesday at 9, I do a show called Crazy for Christmas, and I actually did 2 different videos on easy tree decorating tips and then also easy tabletop gifts. So maybe my producer Allison can help me share that a little bit later in the show. Well, one of the people that I always welcome in the house, or certainly in my Christmas shows, is Alexandra Baker. She is our BFF in the home, to be sure. I want her at my house. But there are a lot of critters and creatures and stuff that I don't want there. And if you look at this video, it's a little alarming. It is not a judgment of how you keep your house. It's not a judgment of how often you do your laundry or change your sheets. But we shed skin cells. We got cats, dogs, pets. We're doing more in our homes than ever before. This is a breakthrough product. It is the lowest price by far anywhere in America. In fact, that big website that's named after a river, I double dog dare you, just do a little search. We have sold thousands of these at that $189 price. I bought one at the regular price. I think Adam bought one at the regular price as well. This is only while supplies last. It's basic. I would call it a this day only. For all intents and purposes, it's what we've got is what we've got. And what is it? It is a 3-pronged approach to disrupt the prongs of the dust mites and the critters and the stuff living in that mattress and your pillows and your pet beds and your sofa cushions. It disrupts it with vibration. It kills them, kills them with the light. Okay, and I don't want to, oh gosh, I can't lift that one up. I want you to see that light. Well, Alexandra Baker will show you with that nice long light. Thank you, Alexandra. And then it removes them with the specially calibrated vacuum suction that won't take off your sequins or your beautiful brushed velvet or your fancy schmancy gauze curtains. Alexandra Baker is showing this live, and no kidding, Alexandra, I love you in the home, but doggone it, if there was ever a day to get this, and if there was ever a time in history to get this, it has to be now. Isn't that true?
Oh my goodness. When RAYCOP first launched, it was really, I would share with you that this was a different type of appliance that you've ever seen. It's not just a vacuum, it's an ultraviolet light vacuum. That is huge. Ultraviolet light, this is everything as far as I'm concerned, as far as you're concerned. The ultraviolet light that is killing 99.9% of E. coli, staph, influenza A, bacteria, germs, and other viruses. This is so important that I'm not only cleaning, but I'm sanitizing. But when we first launched this, we let you know that because this was an ultraviolet vacuum, not just an ordinary vacuum, that you were cleaning the unseen. And what's the unseen? The dust mites. And why do we want to get to the dust mites? Because they are such a culprit on our allergies. They really wreak havoc on our allergies. So you can see that I'm just simply passing this back and forth. In fact, I've got some lacy, we used to have something called Highgate Manor here at HSN, some fancy sheets, and I'm going right over the lace. I can use this right over my decorative pillows, okay? I can use this even over my pillows that still have the decorative cover for the daytime. I can pass this right over it because that ultraviolet light is changing the DNA of unhatched eggs. Dust mites, they're unhatched eggs, their carcasses when they die, their fecal matter, just their fecal matter alone can really irritate your asthma if you are prone to asthma due to allergies. So for all those reasons, we really want to make sure that we are passing our RAYCOP. And then the larger of the 2 filters, this is the larger, I'm telling you, I don't even know what some of this is. It's not just the beard hair from my husband. It's not just puppy hair from our dog. It is all kinds of matter. It's not just lint. It's not just fibers. It's all kinds of this just gets accumulated until I clean this or run it under the water. This is what a clean filter looks like. If you are not passing RAYCOP with that ultraviolet light, you are still sleeping with all of this, and then you're wondering why you have itchy nose, runny eyes, you're hacking cough. All of that is contributing to your allergies, and this is the solution that you've been looking for because it gets to the root of the problem, and that is what's so exciting.
It does indeed. Hey, Alexandra, I just have to say, and this is not to be alarmist, I promise you, but I want to get a second one. This price, it's a half off sale. I loved it at the original price. If you go to that website where things are, you know, named after a river, you're gonna find this, and you're gonna find it for a lot more money than you see it on the air here. And in fact, we're gonna sell it for a lot more money. But I just wanted to show them, Alexandra, there's that specially calibrated suction. And especially because not all my synapses are functioning like they should be tonight. So I'll have you say it. Developed by an immunologist. Did I do it? Aluminum? Did I get it out right that time?
I'm telling you, that whole tongue-tied thing, I totally have it going on sometimes too. But let me tell you, it was developed by an immunologist. He is the doctor that you go to when your allergies are flaring up and you're getting steroids. And I still want you to take all your medication if you have to, okay? This is not a medical statement, but this is definitely going to help get to the root of the problem. So, RAYCOP technology, that's patented technology, works in 3 ways. Number 1, the ultraviolet light, killing the viruses, influenza A. My brother was hospitalized. He was in the emergency room a year ago because of influenza A. E. coli, staph, bacteria, germs, viruses. Then it has pulsating pads. That's number 2. The pulsating pads, can you see the water bottle as it shakes from the vibration? Because we're not talking about lice or louse, but they still have claws. So we need to get them to shake and release. Then, of course, we're talking about that incredible suction. Now watch this. Come in here, sweetie. Come and see. I want you to see this debris. This is like, imagine if it was debris we can't see. This is a 2-ply. It's almost like this is like a flannel sheet set. And this is pretty thick. If this was a regular sheet set, it would be sucked in, right, by the unit. I am passing this back and forth, just a couple of passes, okay, exposing that ultraviolet light. And then you can see it created a path. So that means it was pulling through, even through the thick sheet set. And then last but not least, you plug this in. It's got a 12-foot lead cord. It will be red. 3 seconds, it'll turn green. And then push it one more time and it's blue. When it's blue and it's on, you can hear that it's on. This is demonstrating the cyclonic action. This is still an extremely powerful vacuum that is picking up the unhatched eggs, the hatched eggs. It's picking up the carcasses, the debris, the fecal matter. We need to be able to pull that all out. You might use, I know, Shannon, you've seen these little ultraviolet light. Look how tiny that little light is, okay? So if you're using these tiny ultraviolet lights or wands, this is fine on a cell phone or on a keyboard. But if you're doing this on your mattress or using an allergen pillow, you're like, oh, I've got an allergen pillow. Now you've suffocated all of that matter and you're still sleeping next to it and you're still waking up with allergies. This is a way to eliminate the problem, extract it from your textiles, your upholstered fabric as well.
Boy, you read my mind, because see, that's only part of the equation. And that's why I always reference that it was developed by an immunologist. My producer, Allison, knows me all too well. I'm just gonna do a little, I promise you, a short little walk within our studio parameters. Even though this one isn't plugged in, I just want you to think outside of the box. Whether it is the sofa cushions or your faux furs, anything with applique, anything with sequins, anything with velvet. But come on back here this way. I have got like these, they call them bishop sleeves or poet sleeves in my curtains in my house. And my little kitty cat, before she passed, you know, she would nestle right in here. And boy, all that hair, but guess what? A lot of things I couldn't see were being left behind. So whether it is even your fragile, fine, delicate fabrics, whether it is those tree skirts, whether it is any of your tufted upholstery. I love Alexandra's tufted gray velveteen sofa. We are cut from the same cloth there, Alexandra. But this is the lowest price in America, lowest price that we have found anywhere. If you do a search and go to that website that is named after a river, Well, if you went to hsn.com, I can tell you, Alexandra and I have had this in many a home show where it has been double the price. And you know, here's the thing. I'm not saying it's a cure or treatment for anything, but if you suffer from both allergies and asthma as I do, Alexandra, I have noticed for me and some of the breathing sensitivities I have, again, it's not curing or treating anything,
Right.
because I'm in my house more often, it seems like I'm getting more dust, I'm getting more mites, I'm getting more debris. I've actually felt my poor little lungs trying to work harder. If you don't have this, remember all those things just continue to live in those fabrics. You know, even with those wands, it's not disrupting their little prongs. It's not, you know, getting them out of those fabrics. That's why when we did this for twice the price, people loved it. Huge customer pick. People give you rave reviews on this, don't they?
Let me tell you something, rave reviews, but you know, the proof is in the pudding. You get this home and you pass this, you know, I kind of pride myself on the house being light and bright and very fresh and clean. I have found the house is so fresh and clean because I'm removing the dander. I'm removing all of that. We have great vacuums. I also have a Dyson. I love it, okay? I love it, but I need something that has that ultraviolet light. That is so important. And here's the other thing going on. We're cleaning without chemicals. So this is chemical spray. Everybody is coming through the front door or coming through the garage. God only knows nowadays, and it's really only God knows what is all over our person. And you have company that comes by and they're sitting on your sofa. How am I supposed to launder all of this? This isn't a set of sheets. So if you think you're going to put chemical spray, I am not spraying chemical spray on my beautiful velvet pillows or on any of my rhinestone pillows. No way, Jose, I'm not going to do that. And you're hard pressed to even find chemical spray nowadays. And that really bothers your allergies. While we were on break, I had to get some water because I was like choking from being around all this accumulated dust, okay? Now, this is an allergen product. It does have the HEPA filter. This is where it's housed. You will change it every other year. So I use this anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week for just a few minutes. It takes me about 3 minutes to do an entire king-size bed. And so you will change that HEPA filter. However, if you do go ahead and get our little added bonus today, which is the stand, so that you can keep your RAYCOP just like that on the stand. You can keep it to the side of the sofa. You can keep it against the wall in the bedroom. You're going to get an extra dust box, but it does dry in about an hour after you immerse it in water just to, you know, clean it out, and an extra HEPA filter. Now, HEPA filter is truly what makes this an allergen product. And a HEPA filter is going to pull in those microorganisms that are as tiny as 0.3 microns. One strand of hair is about 100 microns. And so it's going to pull in microorganisms that we can't even see. This is what's in hospitals, and this is what's on the airplanes. The reason why we can sit a little bit closer on the airplanes have incredible HEPA filters. Well, now you have a HEPA filter. You have ultraviolet light that you were using to clean your home, just like the professionals. I don't know how you live without your RAYCOP, especially during these times. Look at that 6-inch wide light.
I know, it's brilliant. And wow, wow, wow. I got to tell you, we have hundreds and hundreds of you in the various forms of ordering. Good news is this is one of your first looks at it, so we do have one for you tonight. You still get our unconditional money-back guarantee until the end of January, but you're also getting 5 flex pay at the lowest price that we have found anywhere. And certainly, I do believe things in life are guided, and it might sound kind of silly to say that you're watching this show for a reason, but don't let this be a coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think, again, while it's not a cure or treatment for anything specific, I think we all realize the value of cleaning, maybe more than we've ever have, and I think we also recognize the value of cleaning, killing, removing those critters and things in our sheets, in our mattresses, in our pillows, in our pet beds, in our curtains. I mean, whatever it might be. And the fact that we're doing it at a half off sale, boy, oh boy, there's never been a better time than now to try it. With a 5-pay flex pay, that makes it only $20 with free shipping to get home. And then our unconditional money-back guarantee, that extended return policy until the end of January. So do it for yourself, do it for the health of your family, do it for just the peace of mind of knowing that if you have this, you're really helping to kill and remove those little critters that might be creating a lot of the things that are making you feel a little sniffly and your eyes a little red and, you know, just feeling like a little run down. And again, not a cure or treatment for anything. But Alexandra, like you said, we love our pets, we love our cats, our kids. What has a tendency to irritate those nasal passages and respiratory system, it's the stuff that those mites and things leave behind, isn't it?
It's everything about them. It's what they leave behind, and it's their bodies, it's their fecal matter, it's all of it. And so this is really a foolproof way, honestly, to address the issue with the ultraviolet light. See, I'm passing this right over the handles, right over my bag. So you can do this over your bag, your pillows. This is our beautiful lift chair. How am I supposed to clean this? I'm supposed to wait for the steamer man to come and clean this, what, once a year? I can, you know, if somebody came by or if somebody had a cold, somebody has a flu in your house, you want to make sure it is sanitized and clean. And then look how nice and fresh that is. And then by all means, the pet bed. This little polar bear is not my pet, but it's a stuffed animal. Make sure that you're getting all of the stuffed animals that the kids are sleeping with in between laundering them, or if they even can be laundered. And then, of course, the pet bed. Now, Queen Elizabeth has very sensitive skin. A lot of dogs have skin that is affected also by the dust mites. And this is a good way to keep this nice and fresh and kill the germs after they've gone outside and relieved themselves, and then in between the pet bed washing. I cannot imagine life without RAYCOP. This is a tool that I use all the time here in my home. My husband and my daughter both used to have this hacking cough at night. It's really been kept at bay since using this a couple of times a week. It's not labor intensive, and it doesn't have to be a project, especially when you can do this right on top of the bedding without stripping the bed. On the day that you strip the bed, go ahead and pass this on the mattress. But I'll tell you what, you're going to love having this. And then you simply wash that filter. You can take the filthy, dirty filter, stick it in the water, give it a rinse, give it a dry, let it air dry. In about an hour, it'll be air dried. And that's the way it works.
Absolutely. And in fact, Cynthia, you're so sweet. If I could take you home with me, you know, I would. Cynthia's like, now, it is easy to operate, but in case you missed me doing it earlier, you kind of wake it up, you know, let it, you know, get ready to do its thing. And when I say do its thing, it is calibrated suction. Now, the reason we wanted to show this to you again is, Alexandra, one of the things you said, if it's laundry day, to me, the real beauty of this is you don't have to wait until laundry day. So
No.
if the bed is made and the cover and the pillows and the things and the stuff, if it's all there, it's calibrated to still do its job without you stripping all those bed linens. Am I saying that correctly?
That's correct. Even if the bed is completely made, you can pass this right over a freshly made bed. Here's a challenge. I want you to take this challenge. Go ahead and take everything out of the dryer. Put your bed, it's clean and fresh, and go ahead and pass RAYCOP. I guarantee you the cup will still fill up, because as long as you're shedding dead skin cells, which would mean you're alive, the dust mites want to feed off of the dead shed skin cells. That's why there's so many of them near our head and our upper body. There's a lot of them down by our feet. There's upwards of 10 million dust mites. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA says 10 million dust mites are in your mattress. It doesn't matter how clean. Believe me, this is a pretty tidy home. My family's accustomed to living with me and what my standards are. God bless them. Okay. And we still get, these dust cups are my house. I can't make this stuff up. It's not like flour or something like that. It's our dust cups that you are seeing. And so get your RAYCOP, clean your dust cup, push this on, put it 3 seconds, and then just go ahead and start passing so that the house is fresh and clean and sanitized, because we know sanitizing is different than just cleaning. Our homes are being cleaned constantly now, but we need to sanitize as well.
Well, Alexandra, great job as always. And hey, I didn't want to get you in trouble with HR. When you were calling your camera person sweetie, He is your hubby.
He's
So
my husband. Yes.
tell him great job as always.
My sweetie is my husband, yes, and it's been a family affair, having the privilege to Skype from home, and so I want to thank all the families involved.
Well, we love you all. Thank you, Alexandra. I'll see you for Crazy for Christmas tomorrow, too.
I can't wait. I'll be with you then, too.
All right. Thank you, Alexandra. I mean, such a good girl. Hey, don't miss out on yours. Hundreds of these spoken for. There's such a peace of mind to having RAYCOP.